If we get married,
If we get married.
not you and me,
Oh, okay. I was lost.
just, hypothetically speaking, we get married and let's just say your parents, they weren't 100% in on the whole deal. But we get married anyway. How am I supposed to gain their trust if you keep on bashing me? I don't understand.
Let's talk about it.
Hello, I'm James Lee.
And I'm Tasha Lee.
And we are Elevate Marriages. We are marriage advocates, marriage experienced for 20 years. We're 21 this year. And this is our platform to kind of give our advice, give kind of words of encouragement and wisdom based on the experiences and the challenges that we have overcome personally. We don't claim to be anything more than two vessels that the Lord is using to put out the word on good, healthy, strong representation of marriage.
We definitely feel like this is our part, right? This is what we can contribute.
Yes.
Because I think this is where it starts, in the family. This is your first ministry. This is your first responsibility. So if we can help to build strong marriages, then that builds strong families, which brings strong communities, so on and so forth. So if you are interested in having us as your marriage mentors, or if we can help with anything, you have any suggestions about what we should discuss, you have any questions for us, anything like that, reach out to us at Elevate Marriages. Oh, I'm sorry. The Lees at elevatemarriages.com.
How long have we been doing this?
Oh my goodness. I just had like a little brain dilly bop. Y'all know the address, the Lees at elevatemarriages.com. Got it?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to respond and get back with you.
Absolutely.
Good.
So, now, not our situation, of course, right? Because, I love my in-laws like my own parents. But I know that there are situations to where there is a bit of tension with in-laws and spouses. And unfortunately, it can become to drive a wedge and be a bit of a rift, in the family. And I think it's unfortunate that many times you include your family, right? You might be have a disagreement, and then I go and tell my mom about what's going on. And then, of course, as a mom, naturally, I'm her son. She might, start showing her teeth towards you. And it just kind of causes all kinds of confusion, right? But definitely, if you have a situation where maybe it didn't even start the right way, and you're trying to build that trust, and you're trying to build that communication and such, how can it ever work if you're bashing me to your mom or me bashing you to my mom?
I think the first thing is it becomes, whose side are you on?
Right.
Because if I'm one with you, when I bash you to her, I'm only bashing myself.
Because you chose me, right?
I chose you, right?
So who's the dummy in this bad boy? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that part, but yeah. So I'm just saying that I can't talk about myself to her. So that makes no sense whatsoever. But I think there's also a lack of communication that is there between maybe you and your in-laws. Because I think I don't know. I could say society or TV or whatever says, oh, well, it's always supposed to be the monster-in-law, blah, blah, blah.
Some stigma, right? That's out there.
I don't know why that is or where that comes from. Because I, too, would not change my mother-in-law for anybody. Wouldn't trade her for nothing. So I don't understand that stigma, but I do think it kind of comes up because you don't talk to them. You think that they're always going to take their child's side or what have you. So just being able to be more open with them and talking to them, I think that makes a difference in the family setting or the atmosphere that you create.
Right. And it's important to understand that there might be relationships that are built over time with your in-laws that can become strong or stronger than you might even have with your parents, your original parents. Now, it's not likely, and I'll just say this, it's not likely that you will come into a situation to where your in-laws are going to be on your side against your spouse. But they could be a voice of reason in a certain situation to say, hey, you know, I'm not in the middle of it, or maybe y'all should just try this just from their own experience, if that happens to be the case. There could be some positive involvement from them. There could be some negative involvement from them. But I think ultimately, as a husband and a wife, if you start to include your parents in a situation and then you're bashing the other, by the time we get over it and we forgiven each other, that parent or whoever may still be in the back of their mind thinking, oh, that low down dirty scoundrel, look what he did to Tasha and blah, blah, blah. When we're all peachy keen inside the household,
scoundrel.
They might be, scoundrel. You know, it's kind of old school.
I don't know.
They may be still dogging me because of what she told them that I did to her. And that's not cool.
I agree. And then other situations happen where there could be a rift between actually you and your mother-in-law. Right? So something happened between the two of you. Y'all maybe exchange words or something happened between the two of you. And then guess who's sitting in the middle? Right? And so he shouldn't be sitting in the middle because, of course, he should be on my side because I'm right. Yeah. So that type
I didn't say that, Mama.
That type of situation as well. Not putting your spouse in a situation too where they have to be, playing sides, so to speak. Right. Making sure that you're being respectful to your in-laws as you should, and being able to have some type of ear for your spouse so that can. What can I say? So that can be taken care of, that you can have some type of solution to whatever issues that you may be having with your in-laws. Because you don't want that to go on either, because it also forms a rift between or a wedge between you and your spouse if you're mad at your in-laws. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Now, we're not going to start talking about people's mamas and everything because, folks get defensive. We start talking about mamas. Or daddies. Daddies usually don't, you say whatever about daddies sometimes. Nobody
don't
really
talk
get
about
mad.
my daddy.
Well, whatever.
Or my mama.
Anywho, like I was saying,
all right.
I didn't say anything about your mom or your dad.
All right.
Nobody worry about them.
You should be.
You don't want it to become a point of contention when you're in your spouse, you mad at your wife and you're talking to your mom about your wife, or you're mad at your husband and you're talking to your mom about your husband and how he don't do this and he don't do that and blah, 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 and blee, blee, blee. And then you wonder why they're looking at him sideways at the family reunion or the cookout or whatever the case is.
Or Sunday dinner.
Whenever. Or they may not even want him over there. So it's easy to need someone to talk to about whatever your situation may be, but put that trust in your spouse. Go to your spouse. If there's an issue, I advise, or we advise, don't even include your parents. Just paint the best picture you can of your spouse to your parents, period. Don't tear them down. Don't make them look bad. Anything. Just build them up as much as you can to anyone outside of your circle.
That's what I was going to say, that philosophy is not just for your in-laws, but that should be for anybody, because you're not going to let anybody, mom, dad included, talk bad about your spouse. You're not gonna let nobody on the street do it. You're not gonna let them do it. Nobody. So you hold that same protective shield, so to speak, for them against everybody. And don't you participate in that by giving them ammunition.
Absolutely. So it's pretty straightforward. Don't bash each other to your family. It doesn't help. Build them up, because in turn it turns back and kind of makes you look like the dum-dum.
That is what he said earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we hope that you can use this and apply it, most importantly, to your life. We know during this time, we're dealing with a whole lot of different things going outside in the world, but we want to be able to drop something on your spirit that you can use in your marriage, that you can continue to build on, that you can share with people out there in the world that might be able to use it. So visit us on any social media platform, Facebook, YouTube. Follow, subscribe on YouTube. We've been trying to build that audience, you know. We kind of new booties to that, but, you know, we're trying to get it to where it kind of grows up a little bit and, you know, get some hair on the machine, huh?
We're what?
We're new to that. Yeah, new to that platform. So, nevertheless, if there's anything else from you, love, that you'd like to add?
I'm at a loss for words.
Okay, it's all good then. Do the best you can until you know better. And when you know better, do better. I'm James Lee.
And I'm Tasha Lee.
We'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Bye.